Take a couple minutes today and show you another popular rig for trout we use around here for trolling. We fish a lot of stock fish in the local lakes, and we do a lot of trolling for them. And what I want to show you today is how to make these little worm harnesses. And what I'm using is peewee worm, and they're made by Icon, and there's a lot of different brands out there. I happen to like peewee makes I think good color combinations for the waters around here and for what I've had good luck with. But you can see it's just some simple cheap beads, a clevis, little spinner blades. You can see we use the Colorados and willows and all different types, hammered and smooth, and just depends on what you're in the mood for when you happen to be tying that one. And then come up the leader, and at the end of the leader I always put a little barrel swivel, and that helps to cut down on the twist when you're trolling these over long distances. Those worms will twist around in the water. Of course the fish love that, but your fishing line won't enjoy it so much if you don't have something on there to control that twist. And I'll actually, a lot of times I'll have this barrel swivel on the leader, and I'll actually attach that to a barrel snap swivel to the line, and have double protection against that line twist, because they will twist on you. But anyway, there's one color that's already made up. You can see there's another color with some nice stripes and a willow leaf blade. I've got just a whole lot of different ones, and color of bead combinations and worm combinations, and different things for different days and different water. And then what I do is, once I get them made, I'll just put them in a Ziploc bag, put each one in its own bag. That allows all the line and everything to stay untangled from all the others. Just fold those right over and throw those in your tackle bag or down in your tackle tray, and they'll stay nice and neat. Keeps the worms fresh. Those worms have some scent and some oils on them. That'll protect them as well till you're ready to use them, and keeps everything ready for you out there on the water. So what we're going to do is first I'll open these worms up and get us one out, and start showing you what. It's pretty simple little process. These ones I'm doing today are what they call their grape with the fire tip. So it's a very nice color. Should work out quite well. I've never used this color before, but I'm looking forward to giving it a try. I've already pre-cut some mono over here. I've got some 10-pound mono just because that's what I had in my bag. You can use 6, 8, 10, whatever you want. I wouldn't go much bigger than 10 just because it starts to get stiff. The water we're fishing in is generally pretty cloudy in these lakes in the spring, and these stock trout, they're not quite as finicky about seeing line like some of the brook trout and things. But that's I've got it cut, I don't know, 2 feet long, and I'll probably trim it a little shorter once I get going. But just attach that to the worm, and I'm sure you probably can't see that on camera, but I'm just going to put a simple knot in it here. Always wet your knots. It really helps with the strength, letting that mono slide more easily. Seat that knot down good and tight. Make sure that nothing's going to come loose. Got the tag off. Then I think for this one I'm going to use a willow leaf blade. So first let's put a couple of beads on. I'm going to use that little brass bead. I think with this color I'm going to just maybe, I don't know, grab silver to start, Just run that down. Then maybe a brass to match the blade. And what you're trying to do with these beads is just get enough separation so that when that blade goes back, it doesn't cover that front hook. So I need, 2 or 3 beads on the front of this thing, and I'll go back to another silver just to keep this one simple, and it shows up good, I think, on the screen for you. But I've got those 3 on there. Now these little clevises, they've got a slot in the front with a little tab that comes down and covers it. You want to make sure when you use them that you've got that tab that's covering that slot toward the front, so that when you're pulling, it comes back into this channel back here and won't get hung up in that or have any chance of coming off. You want it flowing back here, and of course you want the curved side out toward the front of the lure. So these things can be a little tricky sometimes, but you just snap it on there, and that allows that to spin around a little bit. Find the end of our line there. Run that down right against those beads. So now you can see got that blade far enough up where it's not going to get into that front hook right there. And then a lot of times I'll put another one on the front, sometimes I won't. I will in this case put another, I think I'll use a small gold one on the front. And then last but not least, and I suggest on these barrel swivels and on your snap swivels and anything, if you're going to buy them and use them, don't get the cheap stuff. Go ahead and spend the extra 50 cents and get good stuff so that it turns freely, so that it's strong, doesn't come apart on you, and you get better performance out of it. And the price difference really is not that much for the difference in quality that you can get. So now I want to adjust the length more to where I want, so I'm going to cut a little bit more off of that tag end, because I don't want these things being too long. Then what we'll generally do is have a little small split shot just above this harness to keep it down in the water while we're dragging it. Again, always wet your knot. Run that back through. And I missed, hard to see that line, and that's 10 pound. That line's wanting to twist on me. Go the other way. Let's give it one more twist and see if that helps. There it is. Grab that swivel and pull it. Make sure that knot seats and cinches up good. Trim the tag. That one's ready for the tackle box. So give them a try. I think you'll be happy with them. Like I said, we use a lot of spinner flies and crankbaits and all kinds of different baits. You never know what they're going to like depending on water conditions and the particular fish that are in there. But this is a really good option that I've caught quite a few fish on over the last couple of years. So good luck, and hope you do well with it.